Single mothers all around the world are suffering from a devastating and debilitating illness called do-better syndrome, where they think they can always do better with the next man. But reality said, best I could do is single motherhood. I got a banger from Alpha Central. Let's get straight into it.
It's like really hard for me to admit that it's so hard. And I feel like even before I was a mom, or a single mom, I had these
correct yourself.
days. But then it's like, too, sometimes you see on social media, like, I've seen so many comments from moms of like, I never needed a break from my kids or this or that. But it's so hard. And I have like a boyfriend, but I still consider myself a single mom because I'm usually with my daughter alone because him and I work opposite schedules, and like I financially support myself. Like,
bro, I don't get why all these single moms say I financially support myself. When do you ever see men say, hey, I financially support myself, and people clapping from the top rafter? You know what I mean? Like, good job, King, you pay your own bills. Like, these women really think paying their own bills is something they need a pat on the back or sympathy online or a gold star or a cookie for. Congratulations, you're an adult.
Yeah, he'll help with my daughter and he's really great, but like, even if then you get remarried, it's like nobody talks about the fact that like they don't listen to that parent because it's not their biological parent that they grew up with. And I've heard like having a blended family.
You hate the term blended family. I grew up in a blended family. It was terrible. Chat, let me know in the comments right now, were you raised in a blended family or a nuclear family? I hated the blended family because I'm like, who is Roscoe? This is my stepbrother? Who is this guy? I don't know him from Steve or Adam, but he's my brother. Now I'm taking family pictures with this dude. I don't know this guy. It was always so weird to me. I hated it.
And being like a step parent is really hard. And it's like hard.
You know what the number one indicator of child abuse is? A step parent in the household. That's why it's also so terrible in my opinion.
For everybody, because even the real parent is like, they can't help, they can't intervene the same, you know? And it's so hard. I never anticipated, like when I got a divorce, that I would
thought it was all going to be sunshine and rainbows, huh?
Do this on my own, by myself. And I just feel like so run down.
Run down or ran through?
She's a runner, she's a track star.
Which one is it?
She had a husband.
Dude, this is what I'm saying. And she said, I got a divorce, which it leads me to believe that she initiated said divorce. But dude, it's so hard to feel bad for these women because they want to be congratulated for doing the bare minimum. Like, you're doing the bare minimum of what every other man would be doing in your scenario. And these women are suffering from do-better syndrome where they think they can do better than the last man. But there's also another phenomenon. I've coined it as the Frankenstein curse, where women take the best attributes of the man they've dated or been married to previously, and they hold on to that best attribute that man had, and then they take it and then add it to the next man. So if Mark had good pee-pee, after Mark, she wants John to have good pee-pee, and John had a good hairline. So now she wants Mark's pee-pee, John's hairline, and then the next guy, David, well, he had a lot of money. So I want Mark's pee-pee, John's hairline, David's money, but then Jason had a boat. Now the next guy has to have a boat, a good hairline, a lot of money, and good pee-pee. It's like, good Lord. It's the Frankenstein curse. They take all those best things that those men had and tack it onto the next man. Kevin Samuels has a quote. I say it all the time. When you make the men of your present pay for the mistakes and trauma of the men of your past, there will be no future. This woman is a poster child for that. The next guy is going to have to come in, this boyfriend, at best, he's going to have to be just, a step parent, and I'll be honest, dude, if the guy knows his worth at all, he's only dating her recreational use only. He's not really getting into her seriously. He's not dating her seriously. So, I don't know if you guys have seen this lore, but this girl, what is her name? Lil Tay, she's just like, she turned 18 finally, dropped her OF, and then her brother's trying to stop her from doing it.
Stop. Get off alive.
Or what?
Bro, get off alive.
Get out of my room.
I'm not gonna say this again.
Get out of my room. I'm 18. What makes you think you have the right to control me? You literally turned 18. I'm a woman now. You want to control my decisions as a woman?
You literally turned 18 like 48 hours ago. What are you talking about?
So what? I'm still 18. The law says I can do it. The law says get out of my room.
Barely.
Get out of my room.
Stop this.
Get out of my room.
Stop this. Stop this.
The link is coming tomorrow, 3 p.m.
Stop
EST.
this.
Tomorrow, 3
Stop
p.m.
this.
EST. The link is dropping whether it's broke, whether you want it or not.
And you are out of this house. I swear on my life.
You should be out of this house.
For what?
We could buy you your own house with the money out.
Bro,
the bag I'm about to
why
make.
are you on
Get
live?
the hell out.
Why are you on live and telling people you're gonna drop a link?
So I'm just gonna disappoint everybody that's been waiting since 2023 and even 2018 by not.
Bro, what in the Americanized capitalism?
Oh, that's so terrible. Bro, if you're one of those guys, shame on you, brother. Shame on you. I saw an interview with Andrew Wilson and somebody else, and this guy basically came at Andrew Wilson, was like, Andrew, like, love the whatever podcast, love the sound bites you do, love the debates, but he's like, don't you think you're kind of perpetuating the problem of OF and giving these women a platform? And Andrew's like, actually, no, the complete opposite. He's like, we're shaming them publicly so much that we're hoping that the message gets across that this is a bad idea. Because he goes, there's going to be guys that are going to goon on them either way. There's gooners everywhere. These guys are going to go goon. If they want to goon, they're going to goon. You're not going to stop the coomers and the gooners. You're not going to stop them, bro. So I thought that was, I hadn't thought about it that way, because I'd also thought, like, you're always giving these OF girls a platform to talk. Like, what if you just didn't ever give them a platform, but then they wouldn't have any content? But on the other hand, they are publicly shaming them and making them look like complete idiots.
Stupid.
So, maybe it is doing a little bit of a shame tactic socially, so they realize that it's not something that's good.
Yes, I do.
Nah.
But she has 2 vaginals? Oh my lord.
Oh, has a soul.
You actually have 2?
Yes, I do.
Nah. 2 nannies, bruv.
Okay, I have got 2.
I don't believe her.
How does that work?
Dead.
I do. I was born with this rare medical condition, which means that I have 2 uteruses, 2 cervixes, and 2.
You've got 2 nannies?
Yeah, I have 2 nannies.
So I guess she could have quadruplets if she got pregnant, right? In both of them? If she had twins in each?
That's a mad thing.
I'm one of a kind.
So can you have like 2 babies at the same time?
Yes.
Mad thing.
Different dads and everything.
She's chatting.
I didn't even think about that. That's awful.
It's called uterus adelphus.
You trust the dough? That sounds like something in the Transformers, man.
I was born with a rare medical condition called uterus adelphus.
You trust the devices.
Devices?
Mad thing. This is some Game of Thrones man in there.
Yeah.
Sounds like he's with Optimus Prime in there, man, there.
I bet he's never had that before.
He's moving mad, bruv.
Because it looks like normal on the outside, but then it splits in 2, so there's it's like a fork in the road.
The nannies is
So
not...
she could get DP'd by... Wait a minute.
on top of each other.
No, they're next to each other, but inside.
That's a mad thing.
Yeah. He looks so confused.
I'm trying to do the maths, bruv.
So it's in the space where there should be 1, there's 2.
So you monetizing that though at the moment?
Yes.
How are you monetizing that?
I do.
I could have guessed,
Shocker.
bruv. What's the going rate for that though? How much people paying for that?
We're in a dying economy, so like £7 a month.
£7 a month?
Imagine that's what you're worth, dude. £7 a month. I'd be so hot. I'd be mad. Ain't that right, Loki? I've fallen at work and been injured. Oh, wait. I should call my lawyer.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan.
Hey, John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. It's Levi Nichs of YouTube. Can I get some cash, please?
Morgan & 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 Morgan.
Did you know that your injury could be worth millions of dollars? Morgan & Morgan is the largest injury law firm in America, and they've recovered over $20 billion for their clients. $20 billion? That's a lot of cash. The insurance companies tried to lowball me, but Morgan & Morgan was able to take my pain and suffering and turn it into cold, hard cash. It's almost a good thing I was injured. But wait. How much is Morgan & Morgan gonna cost me? You never owe them legal fees unless they're successful. So it's completely free unless you win? Yeah. Hiring a lawyer, that sounds like really difficult. It's actually super easy. You can just go to their website, and in a couple clicks, you can find out if you have a case. And you can literally do it from your smartphone. And remember, there is only one Morgan & Morgan. Wait, but it's two names though. How is it? Give me the script. Oh, both their last names. Okay, I get it. Okay, roll it. You can start your claim today by going to forthepeople.com/Levi, found in the description below. So if you're injured, you can trust Morgan & Morgan. Y'all know what time it is. Okay, free. Sit. Shake. Other hand. Good boy. Wait. Free. He's like, I don't want your pets, dude. So, I don't know if any of you guys know who Tiffany Haddish is. She's a comedian. She has a very interesting theory about women with multiple baby daddies, and I kind of agree with it.
And here's my theory, and I could be completely wrong, and the internet probably gonna destroy me for this, but I think women that have more than 2 baby daddies usually have some sort of mental illness.
I agree with that, dude. I agree. I 100% agree.
Really? Yeah, because you're getting genetically modified too much. I think, okay, so this is what I know. Every time you get pregnant, right, there's stem cells that come from that baby. And them stem cells end up behind your eyes and your brain and your heart and your lungs.
And your bones, too, I believe. Didn't they say that you can find a man's DNA in a woman's bones like up to a year after, like in her bone marrow, up to a year after of giving birth?
And stuff and help your organs heal while the baby taken from you. And those stem cells will always stay with you, right? So that means that man is always in you. And that is why, the Bible says you will only desire your husband. Correct? This is why you gotta use condoms, because that baby better get up inside you, and the uterus is very porous, much like the mouth, right? So when anything goes up in there, it automatically the uterus starts to absorb it. It starts going through the vaginal walls and all that, and the blood, it gets into the bloodstream, right? And so so it takes
get in there.
So it takes like 6 weeks to get a man out of your system if you have unprotected sex, and it's because he's starting to bind to your DNA, right? And that's why it's couples, when they be together too long, they start looking alike. You start looking like him. Like, it's not, the guy don't start looking like her. She start looking like him, because he is genetically modifying her. And every time you get pregnant by him, you start to get modified, right? So if you get pregnant by multiple peoples, right, that's multiple spirits, multiple thoughts, multiple modifications from different DNA strands.
All you hoes, I hope you're listening.
It's causing you to have mental stress. So, and it's very evident, like what I'm saying is very evident and makes sense, because like you got all these dating apps, all these women like free sex, free this, whatever, you know, I'm doing, but I'm living it, I'm exerting my sexuality and all this, and I don't care if I got 5 kids or 5 baby daddies, whatever. Usually those bitches are mentally, they're struggling in so many different ways, not just financially, but also just like on where to focus, how to whatever, because you got too many different bloodlines in your blood.
Too many kids. I mean,
you have mental illness. So that was my theory on sperm.
That makes sense. That's very,
and that's why you can't just, that's why you have to use condoms, ladies. That's why you have to use condoms. We cannot genetically modify men. Now, I do believe, now I wanted to ask you, as a gay man.
Yeah, let's go ahead and skip that part. But no, that's an interesting take. Right, I think there's some validity in that. Chat, put a 1 in the chat if you agree with Tiffany Haddish on that one. I think she might have been cooking with hot fish grease on that. I think there's something to that, because you're getting genetically modified by these men, and you're getting their spirits, I guess, their thought patterns, and you're getting all of that in you, and so it's changing you, and then you wonder why you're so crazy. It's because you've got all this stuff going through your body at the same time. It's not healthy. It's not good for you. There's this lady going viral right now. Mom posted online before unaliving her husband, 2 children, and then herself. Emily Long, 34 years old, allegedly banged her husband, Ryan Long, 48, and her 2 children, Parker, who was 8, and Ryan, who was 6, before unaliving herself. Ryan, I think the husband, passed away from multiple gunshots. The children each died from a single gunshot. The toddler was found unharmed in the home. So I think this is her video before all this stuff happened, which is absolutely wild and devastating.
I felt very alone. I felt very overwhelmed. I felt like this is just too much. Like,
it's all feel.
I can't function this way. The unknown has been really hard for me. The fear, the grief, everything has been just like culminating into like absolute, it just has felt like a cinder block on my chest. Like I just haven't been doing very well. I think the other part that leads into that is that the kids are also not doing great.
Yeah, typically where the term, in my opinion, happy wife, happy life came from is because women are so emotionally manipulative that if they're not happy, they make it their life's mission to make everyone else unhappy. That's where I think that term came from. It's like, keep the emotional regulation of the woman cool and calm and collected, and the rest of us will be fine. But when a woman's distressed and she has a lot of anxiety, it pours into everyone else and she makes everybody else unhappy. Chat, put a 1 in the chat if you agree.
They're not like crying all the time and whatever, like as adults might show depression or sadness, but like there's a lot of talk about death. There's a lot, I can see my son, my oldest, worrying. I see him looking at my husband and watching and wondering and saying, you know, to his younger siblings, like, oh, don't do that because daddy doesn't feel good, or just I see the weight that he's carrying, and that has been really hard. Like during the day, I handle it really well because I'm working, I'm making calls, I'm scheduling appointments, I'm contacting people, I am like busy. And
that phrase right there, the fact that she doesn't realize that an idle mind is the devil's workshop. When you're doing things, you feel much better. That's why I tell you guys, you're depressed right now, go work out. You're depressed, go for a walk. You're depressed, go work on something. Go learn a new skill. A lot of the times people feed into this anxiety and this depression is because they're just not doing anything and they're just festering in their own thoughts. Go out and do something and you'll feel much better.
Brain is like totally in admin mode and I'm like go, 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 and I'm business. And then the sun goes down and I just feel it. Like, and it's so intense. And, you know, my husband's still recovering from his craniotomy, so he can't lift anything. So I'm doing all the bedtimes. And by the time I'm saying goodnight to my third kid, it hits me that like this is going to be every single night at some point for the rest of my life, where I am doing all 3 bedtimes alone. And then I shut the door to the final kid and I'm totally by myself. And I have no one to talk about my day with. I have no one to... Hold on. So, I'm still in a really tough place. Like, it's not a secret. And I also would never have admitted that, I think, a long time ago. For those who are going to ask, like, no, I'm not in therapy yet.
That's what I was going to say. You need to be in therapy. You need to get off TikTok and go to therapy ASAP.
I am just not there yet. I have thought about it. My girlfriend, who is a therapist, is all over it. She's ready for when the time comes and I say, I need you to help me find someone. She will have someone on speed dial. And
do we really use speed dial anymore, chat? I hear people say that on speed dial. Isn't it your favorites now?
I felt
Dude, my whole problem with this chick is she's so willing to air out all the dirty laundry of the family online but won't go talk to the therapist. This is, I think, the biggest problem with especially TikTok and these sad modern women and even these women that are married, they're single moms. They air out all their dirty laundry online and get a bunch of either bad advice or they get gassed up on delusions. They get told that, yes, queen, do your thing, know your worth, and other women who are miserable try to keep her miserable because misery loves company. And these women really go out there and it does nothing. If you really want to get something out of recording yourself and talking, do it on your camera roll and leave it on your camera roll. Don't post it for the world to see, because she did this and then look at the monstrosity she committed to her family. And then it's truly sad because these kids are the innocent ones in this. Like, those kids didn't deserve any of this. This is something she needed to go tackle with her husband. She needed to go to therapy for this. So if you guys are feeling any of this sense of dread, this existential dread, my life is terrible, depression, go to therapy. Go talk to someone. Go fix these things. Go spend 6 months or a year fixing these things, and then get back out and get busy, man. Go do something. All these people is just so lazy. She's like, I just sit at home and I'm doing nothing, and then it's all dread. Duh, you're not doing anything, dude. You have negative thoughts. You need to reprogram your brain. It's as simple as that. Ain't that right, Lokes? But I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. It was good to have you guys out, man. Until next time. Peace.